Hey guys, welcome back to the video. In this we're reacting to The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 1. So that's right, The Mandalorian is finally back, and finally at a time where I'm actually making videos. I watched the first two seasons as they were releasing, but I wasn't making content, so I'm here now with the newest season to record my reaction every single week for you guys. Subscribe so you don't miss any of my reactions to any of the episodes, and as always, let me know what you guys think of this episode in the comments down below, and stay to the very end of this video for my spoiler review. But without wasting any more time, let's get into it. I love this score, even already, dude. It's so gas. Oh, is she making the helmet? Oh, I have a feeling his dad's gonna die here. Or whoever that guy is. Oh, that shot is so sick. That POV shot is so fire. Dude, I miss this show so much. It's been so long since season 2. The Apostate. Also, let's just note, we are 7 minutes and 42 seconds into this episode of season 3, and it already looks 10 times better than the Book of Boba Fett. I just thought I'd put that out there. Maybe that shows how necessary the Book of Boba Fett actually was.
Mandalore. Then by creed, the decree of exile will be lifted and I would be redeemed.
This is the way.
Alright, I like this. I mean, we're, what, like 8-9 minutes in, and we're already setting up the whole goal for what looks like to be the whole goal for the season. Now the show's not directionless, like the Book of Boba Fett as well.
Grogu. Come again? His name is Grogu. If you say so.
Dude, I love Star Wars standoffs. Like, they're top tier. Jesus. Now, how is he gonna do this? I am so confused. Oh. Oh, shit. Dude, I want a Lego set of his ships so bad. It looks so cool, I'm not gonna lie. Like, anytime I see it in the show, I just want it more and more. Oh.
It's your enemy proximity warning indicator. Hang on, kid, we got pirates.
Dude, this score is amazing. Holy sh**. Dude, this choreography is amazing. Oh.
Making their way through the galaxy as mercenaries. Do you still have the saber?
Damn.
I do.
Then you lead them. They're beneath the Civic Center in the city of Sundari.
Thank you.
Okay, that's episode 1. Alright, so episode 1, season 3 of The Mandalorian. I really enjoyed this episode. I actually think it did a really great job of setting up what this season is going to tell. They added a lot of different stories that are possible to be shown, like finding the parts for that droid, and then obviously going back to the city, Mando having the opportunity to basically just settle down with Grogu, and then obviously he's going to Mandalore now to bathe in the waters to get rid of his sins. And so I think that they set up a lot of great stuff. My biggest complaint about this show so far is something that I had even before this show started, at least this season started, which was I really don't don't like the timeline that the Star Wars show has really put forth, I guess, because I don't like that Grogu and Mando were reunited in the Book of Boba Fett. It didn't feel like we had enough time with them separated. It didn't feel like they came back together for a good enough reason. None of it actually felt like the good story, I guess. Like it just felt like they were doing it to like get through, have Mando and Book of Boba Fett, and then lead into the next season. Like there was no real story for something that was built up for the first 2 seasons of the show. And so I'm still very, very frustrated about that, to be honest. And as much as I enjoyed this episode, I had a really fun time. I thought the visuals were really, really cool. I love this the space epic, and I love what Mandalorian does with it. I love how nuanced the characters are, like the way that they're guided through the story. That is all amazing. But when the core of your story has been misled for almost like a year and a half now since the Book of Boba Fett, you don't really get any, like, I don't get anything like nice out of this relationship between Grogu and Mando anymore. Like, obviously it's cute, but story-wise, I feel like I'm not getting much out of it anymore, because it feels like they just told such a great, grand, personal, and just nuanced story. But then you get back to like the Book of Boba Fett, and then you see what they did there, and then you feel like a lot of story was just wasted. And then you get to the Mandalorian season 3, and then they kind of just continue from there. So that's my biggest gripe with the show as a whole so far. But as for this individual episode, like I said before, I really, really enjoyed it. I liked all the different set pieces. And again, I noted this in the very beginning of the episode, but I just really like that it feels like a Star Wars production again. The Book of Boba Fett did not feel like that at all. Andor definitely did. Honestly, Andor felt like more of the Mandalorian in any of the seasons, in my opinion. But I do think like the Mandalorian, with also like how much I love Mando as a character, how much I love this world that they've built around him, I think that also adds into it, and I'm really, really enjoying what they've done with the character. But at the same time, again, my biggest gripe so far comes with the overall story that they've been telling. I also really enjoy the action set pieces here. There was a lot. You have the action set piece in the very beginning of the episode with like the huge crocodile thing. Then you have the ship one. You also have the one outside of the school. And then I just love the storytelling elements as well. I talked about this briefly before, but I really just love the way that they set up so much story here in like 35 minutes, which is honestly what I love about the Mandalorian show so much, is that even though the episodes are like 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes even less, I think like one of them was like 27 minutes in season 2, but I like that even though sometimes they're short, and yes, there are filler episodes in my opinion, but even though a lot of these essential episodes are on the shorter end, especially compared to other big TV shows, they feel like they do a lot, because it's not like just it's not just action, and it's not just slow moments. Like, it's a good mix of everything. I also really enjoyed, and honestly, a lot of the Star Wars shows don't really do this. I mean, Andor did this kind of, but even like, I just love that the Mandalorian uses so many insert shots, and I just love, or not insert shots, I guess, but just like landscape shots and the way that they set up a place. Like, they don't need to constantly be having dialogue. Like when Mando arrived at Bo-Katan, like the Mandalore palace, you just saw a bunch of shots of him and Grogu walking, and it looks so cool. You get to understand the environment, you get to understand the grand nature of it, and you also get to understand the characters a little bit more, this dynamic. And then when they pull up to Bo-Katan and they're having this conversation, you can get the dynamic from the camera work. I really just love the way that they represent all of that through just the filmmaking aspects of it. But that's pretty much it for my review and reaction to The Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 1. I'm so excited to continue this show because one of my favorite Star Wars projects of all time. As always, let me know what you guys think of this episode in the comments down below, and subscribe so you don't miss any of my other weekly reactions for the show. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace.